Welcome everyone to a very special Subnautica episode. Last episode, we cured the disease, the bacterium, by completing the hatching of the eggs in the containment facility. So we are cured. I have since then gone through several of the radio alerts, been able to get the data download for the Neptune rocket launch platform from the Aurora, and I have gotten everything going to right now where the active radio message is the one that will start the countdown sequence for the Sunbeam. So we're going to test the idea that if you disable the gun platform before the Sunbeam comes in, it gives you a different ending. But I want to test it in two different ways. As I said at the end of last episode, I'm wondering if there's a difference between disabling the gun platform before you start the countdown or if you disable it during the countdown. Because in some games, once you have a scripted event like that started, you're not going to alter it. It follows that set script. So we are going to test that. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go in to the facility, disable the gun platform, and come back down, start the countdown sequence, and we're going to see what happens when the Sunbeam comes in to land. Okay, so here we are at the 30-second mark, and this is where the gun platform should be starting to trigger to fire up and destroy the Sunbeam as it comes in. And I actually hear what sounds like the gun platform triggering. Yeah, it sounds like the gun platform is getting set up, but you can see it's not moving. Nothing's happening. And I also do not hear anything from the Sunbeam just yet. There we go.
Survivor, we see you.
It's still not moving. And they're somewhere up there.
We're descending towards the landing site.
Coming down. Oh, wait. The gun is reset.
What do you mean you can't identify it?
The gun has reset and is going to fire anyway.
No turning back now. Positions, everyone. Touching down in 10,
Really?
9, 8.
Where is the Sunbeam? I don't even see it yet. And the gun is supposed to be disabled. Why is the gun? It's still trying to fire. I also didn't see the Sunbeam. It's like something messed up. Like the Sunbeam was not visible, but it still got shot, and the gun platform didn't even move correctly. It just kind of turned a bit. It's still not set correctly, but it fired. So that's not exactly the alternate ending I've heard we're supposed to have. I guess you could say it's an alternate ending in that it still happened the same way. You still have the gun platform blow the ship up, but it did it while it was supposedly disabled, and the ship didn't actually show up anywhere. Now I'll show you. The platform is disabled. You see this? The power is off. It's shut down. Now the force field stays up anyway, but yeah, the power for the main part of the facility is shut down. So it didn't change the ending. And I hear something else going too. Like the gun's resetting. Yep. So it did not change the ending sequence other than the gun was shut down and it still fired anyway. And the Sunbeam wasn't visible. So now let's try a different variation. Okay, here we are. At the infection check place where we disabled the gun, I have just over 2 minutes before the Sunbeam arrives, which should give me enough time to go ahead, interact with it, let it check me out, make sure, hey, you are cured. I don't, have the disease anymore, and then I can get mad as I am about to and punch the button. And there we go. That should shut down. Yes, it's shutting down. So, again, the gun platform is disabled, which means it should not be firing at the Sunbeam, but we've already seen that even with it disabled, it still decided to fire at the Sunbeam prior to starting the countdown. Now we have the countdown going while I disable the gun platform. We'll see if it makes any difference on this. I don't think it's going to, considering what happened previously, but we're about to find out. Alright, so I am already hearing the gun shifting, like the same thing's happening again. It's like it's getting in position, getting ready to power up, and yet the gun is showing visibly disabled. It doesn't appear to be moving, but you can hear the sound like it is. And so apparently, regardless of what happens, it's still going to try and shoot down the Sunbeam. Now, we didn't see the Sunbeam last time as it came in, but I know it's pretty much straight up. And look, there it goes. The gun platform is triggering again. Oh, there it is. There is the Sunbeam coming in. So maybe I just didn't see it before, or maybe something glitched just that one time with it for some reason. But the disabled gun platform is still firing at the Sunbeam. Yep. Look, the gun's not even aimed right. There it goes. Big explosion from the gun that's aimed straight up. Okay, so now, for comparison, we actually have just the normal storyline going where the gun platform is active as the Sunbeam comes in, and you can see it is sitting upright, it's turning and rotating the way we have heard it doing previously to this, when it was sitting there acting like it wasn't turning at all. It looked like it wasn't, but you heard it. Now we see it's actually working normally. We are going to see the Sunbeam come in, get blown up like normal, and this is just a good way so you can see how it's supposed to work and what happened with the other one. So obviously, this is a set scripted part of the story that, regardless of what I've seen other people say of alternate endings, so far it looks like the only alternate ending is the fact that the gun platform doesn't look like it's moving, but actually does. And here we go, another big explosion for you today, as we see the Sunbeam destroyed yet again for the third time.
It's coming from the building. Change course. Set thrusters to full.
Oh, look at that. Lovely. First green, then red, yellow, orange. And it's so funny. We don't actually have any debris that falls right around us. It kind of just goes everywhere else, but not anywhere around us. Like that. Look, there's big chunks there. Why do we not even see little pieces of debris falling around us? Now, I was originally just going to do these 3 tests, but I had an idea of another one, and there was a comment suggesting another one as well. So now we're going to do something different. Okay, so now for this last trial, we're going to go ahead and see, with the gun platform disabled before triggering the Sunbeam event, if I can use the rocket to get off the planet, or if it's going to cause a problem because the Sunbeam's still trying to come in. We're going to find out real quick. Now, as I get things ready, there was a comment made about another possible alternate ending, which I was thinking about testing, but considering what I have seen so far with these tests, I doubt it's going to make a difference. But the idea was that prior to using any radio broadcast, you go and disable the gun platform by curing the disease. You just do everything for the storyline without actually knowing, you know, anything through the radio standpoint of it. You do no radio events, and then it gives you a different ending when you try to do the actual Sunbeam sequence. But considering what we've seen, again, I doubt that's going to be the case. I don't think it's going to make a difference. I think it's pretty much going to be a case of, yeah, you are still going to watch the disabled gun platform try and shoot things down. And yes, okay, we'll throw in that. I kind of dumped everything out so I could just do the bare minimum. There we go. That's what we got. Hi from MSG. Perfect. Just like that. That's all we need. There we go. Let's, I prepared it. Oh yeah, I gotta go up and launch the rocket first to launch it then. So yeah, we're gonna create a few of these probably at some point. But we're going to launch now. See if it will do anything different. So far, it seems to be okay. Of course, this might be the chance that we get shot down because the Sunbeam's, you know, been shot down every time, despite the gun platform being disabled. We may end up launching and rendezvousing with the Sunbeam in space. Don't know, but we're going to find out.
Time capsule jettisoned. Caution, approaching orbital debris field. Orbital debris field clear. Performing gravity turn maneuver.
So as you can see, we have not been shot down. There doesn't seem to be anything happening as far as, hey, look, here is the Sunbeam coming in to pick us up and rendezvous with us. We don't even have a message coming in from the Sunbeam. So you can avoid the whole Sunbeam storyline sequence by just disabling everything beforehand and getting the rocket launch platform built before triggering that. But it seems that no matter what you do with the gun platform, when you trigger the Sunbeam, it's going to be blown up. So, yeah, I don't see any point in trying to start a new game, do the whole story, and get all the way to that point just to see the gun platform that's disabled destroy the Sunbeam again, regardless of what I've tried. But what am I going to use in terms of my actual gameplay? Well, I think I'm just going to do the normal storyline part where the Sunbeam comes in, gets blown up by the gun platform, and then disable the gun platform after the Sunbeam has been destroyed. Because I'm not ready to stop this season. We are supposed to be building big bases, so that's what we're going to do this season. So I am going to go ahead, get this done, have everything ready, and next week we're going to start moving on to expanding the original first base I've got going, as well as starting plans for the next base, getting things loaded up in the Cyclops, having it ready to go. But that's going to be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this, be sure to hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.